we talked about rapport earlier this morning. We talked about why it's so important during our initial greeting that we get 5 seconds to make that first impression, and how important that is, and how important it is to establish common ground, because obviously people like to purchase from people that they know, like, and trust. Now, once we've established that rapport, one of the other reasons we need that is because there's 5 spoken concerns or even unspoken concerns that your customer has. Now, if they're spoken, that's great, and if you've got some good rapport, common ground, you're going to be more likely to be able to get them to speak those concerns as opposed to them being unspoken. It's the unspoken concerns that are going to eat your lunch. The unspoken concerns are things that are going on in their brain that they won't even tell you about because they just don't feel comfortable or they don't trust you enough to be able to go over those with you. Now, the first concern is this the right product? So I'm talking about they've never bought a Chevrolet before, they've always bought Honda for the last 5 to 10 years, maybe even longer. Maybe their parents bought Hondas. They were known for dependability. Now they're coming over to the Chevrolet, whether it's new or used. And so there may be some question about the product itself, the product General Motors makes. So that's going to be one of the concerns, and your hope again is that you're able to identify that by asking good questions, and then you can talk to the guest again with more rapport. They'll be more forthcoming with that info. The next thing they're concerned about is this the right place? So I could buy a Chevrolet from several dealers. Why should I buy from your particular store? So this is where your why buy, what sets you apart, your unique selling proposition. This is where that's going to be important because you can explain to the guest why they should purchase from you. For instance, I know I work with the Cunis stores. One of the why buys we talk about with them is, hey, you know what? Cunis is one of the fastest growing dealership groups in the Midwest. In the last 25 years, they've built up to 44 dealerships, not including RV dealerships. And what that means is they've got over 4,000 new and used vehicles to choose from. So finding a vehicle for your lifestyle and budget, that's the easy part. But one of the great things about Cunis is also peace of mind. Virtually every new or used vehicle on day one comes with a lifetime warranty, and for some added peace of mind, you also get a 3-day exchange policy. So if you purchase a vehicle and realize it's just not the right fit, you could return it. Now, the third concern that's either spoken or unspoken is price. And a lot of times what they're wondering there is not so much $50,000, is that fair, is it not fair? Once we get past that, whether they're getting a fair price or a good shake or a fair deal, then you run into budget. What's $50,000 look like in a payment? So that's going to obviously be a concern. 4, is this the right features? Do I need all these features? You know, I've never used a sunroof before. Will I really use it? Am I paying for something that I don't normally use or I'm never going to use? That's a concern as well. The right time. That's the last one. Is this the right time? So, hey, I've checked all these off, but it's a new vehicle. Will the rebates increase? Will the price increase? Now, with what's going on today's day and age with market increases and MSRPs actually having adjustments to them and they're more than MSRP, the right time, it's a little bit easier to create urgency with your guests because of the limited amount of inventory. However, at some point we'll have a plentiful amount of inventory. So one of the concerns might be, hey, is this the right time? Should I wait until the end of the year and do a year-end closeout, or should I buy this fall where the selection is still good? The rebates are okay. However, if I wait till the end of the year, I'll probably have a bigger rebate. Also, though, I will lose out on availability because obviously it's kind of like buying a swimsuit at JCPenney's at the end of the season. You can get a heck of a deal, but the only thing that's left is extra smalls and extra larges. So they know that. So again, is it the right time? And that's another one of their spoken or unspoken concerns. If you've got rapport with the guest, if you've established some common ground, if you're able to identify that DISC behavior style, whether they're a D, they're an I, they're an S, or a C, when you're able to match that up, you're going to be much, much more effective and be able to hit your customer to speak or tell you these 5 different concerns, and then you can handle them one at a time to where your guest now can make a buying decision.